Diplodocus. Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming share Diplodocus, a 27-meter, 12-ton sauropod with one of the longest tails of any known animal, likely used as a defensive whip capable of cracking like a bullwhip. That whip tail, combined with sheer length, made a full-grown Diplodocus an intimidating target for even the boldest Jurassic predator. Torvosaurus. 10 meters of raw predatory power stalks the Jurassic forests of Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming. Torvosaurus, weighing 4 tons, is among the largest carnivores of its time, rivaling even the most famous Jurassic predators. With massive jaws and serrated teeth built for shredding, this apex hunter dominated an ecosystem already crowded with giants. Ankylosaurus. Montana and Wyoming hold Ankylosaurus, an 8-meter, 6-ton walking fortress and the largest, most heavily armored member of its entire family. Its massive tail club could deliver blows powerful enough to break bone, making even Tyrannosaurus rex think carefully before attempting a direct frontal attack. Dilophosaurus. Arizona is home to Dilophosaurus, a 6-meter, 400-kilogram early Jurassic predator famous for the twin crests atop its skull. Despite popular fiction's exaggerations, this genuine apex predator of its time relied on speed, sharp teeth, and raw hunting skill rather than any exotic, fictional abilities. Pachyrhinosaurus. Alaska preserves Pachyrhinosaurus, a 6-meter, 3-ton ceratopsian lacking true horns and instead sporting a thick, rough boss of bone across its snout. Living near the ancient Arctic, massive bone beds suggest enormous herds moved together, safety in numbers against predators in one of the harshest dinosaur habitats ever discovered. Ceratosaurus. A crest-nosed predator stalks the floodplains of Colorado, Utah, and Wyoming. Ceratosaurus, 6 meters long and 800 kilograms of muscle, is instantly recognizable by the horn on its snout and rows of bony armor down its back. Unlike its larger rivals, it hunts with a distinctive silhouette, one of Jurassic America's most visually striking killers. Brachiosaurus. Few names evoke the Jurassic quite like Brachiosaurus. Towering 22 meters and weighing 35 tons, this Colorado and Utah giant holds its head high on front legs longer than its rear, an anatomical rarity among sauropods. It doesn't graze the ground, it browses treetops no other herbivore of its time could ever reach. Denversaurus. In the Badlands of South Dakota, a living tank moves through the twilight. Denversaurus carries 6 meters of bone armor across its back, 3 tons of pure defense against anything hungry enough to try. Its skull, wide and low, is studded with knobs and spikes that even predators think twice about. This nodosaur doesn't need to fight, it simply refuses to lose. Struthiomimus. Speed is survival, and nothing in Cretaceous Montana outruns Struthiomimus. Built like an ostrich but stretching over 4 meters long, this lightweight theropod weighs barely 150 kilograms, built for pure velocity, not power. Long legs, a flexible neck, sharp eyes scanning the horizon. When danger appears, Struthiomimus is already gone, a blur vanishing into the dust. Jayawati. Deep in what is now New Mexico, Jayawati grazes on tough Cretaceous vegetation with a jaw built like a biological grinding mill. 6 meters long and weighing close to a ton, this hadrosauriform represents a crucial evolutionary bridge, an early experiment in the duck-billed dinosaur body plan that would soon dominate entire continents. Every bite it takes rewrites the rules of herbivore dentistry. Niobrarasaurus. Kansas, deep in the Cretaceous, a place better known for ancient seas than dinosaurs. Yet here walks Niobrarasaurus, a 5-meter armored nodosaur weighing 2 tons, its body encrusted in bony plates. Finding it here is a paleontological anomaly, proof that even land giants sometimes wander to the edge of vanished oceans, leaving their bones behind in marine rock. Dryptosaurus. New Jersey, Late Cretaceous, long before dinosaur hunting became a Western obsession, this was ground zero. Dryptosaurus, a 7.5-meter predator armed with massive slashing claws, was one of the very first dinosaurs ever scientifically described in North America. It doesn't just represent an apex predator, it represents the birth of American paleontology itself. Bravoceratops. From the badlands of New Mexico emerges Bravoceratops, a 5.5-meter horned giant weighing 2 tons. Its frill and horns aren't just decoration, they're weapons, display pieces, and identity all at once, distinguishing it from its ceratopsian cousins. In a landscape crowded with horned rivals, Bravoceratops carved out its own evolutionary niche and its own place in history. Ankylosaurus. 6 meters of horned muscle, 2.5 tons of pure stubbornness, Ankylosaurus rules the Cretaceous plains of Wyoming. Its elaborate frill, longer and more ornate than many relatives, likely served as both a shield against predators and a billboard for rivals and mates alike. This is a dinosaur built to be seen, and built to survive being seen. Astrophocaudia. 15 meters long, 12 tons of living mass, Astrophocaudia is one of Texas's true giants. This sauropod's name literally references its star-shaped tail vertebrae, a subtle anatomical clue hidden in bone that helped scientists identify it as something entirely new. Beneath its immense size lies a skeleton full of secrets still being decoded today. Edmontonia. 3 states, one unmistakable silhouette. Edmontonia's armored bulk has been found across Montana, Wyoming, and Texas. 6 meters long, 3 tons of layered bony plates, and shoulder spikes long enough to gore an attacking predator. This nodosaur isn't just armored, it's armed, a walking fortress that turns defense into a genuine offensive threat. Daemonosaurus. Before the giants, before the horns and armor, there was Daemonosaurus, a small, strange, big-eyed predator haunting Triassic New Mexico. At just 1.5 meters and 15 kilograms, it looks almost delicate, yet its skull hints at a bizarre, specialized bite. This is one of the earliest theropods in America, a ghost from the very dawn of the dinosaur age. Cretaceous. 9 meters of duck-billed bulk roams the swamps of New Mexico and Texas. Cretaceous, weighing in at 3 tons, has one of the most tangled taxonomic histories in dinosaur science, a name that has been debated, redefined, and fought over for over a century. Yet its powerful, arched snout remains one of the most recognizable profiles of the Cretaceous. Glyptodontopelta. New Mexico hides one of the most heavily armored dinosaurs ever found in North America. Glyptodontopelta, 5 meters long and 2 tons of pure bony plating, is known mostly from its armor alone, scattered osteoderms that tell a story of a creature built almost entirely for defense, wrapped in a shell no predator could easily crack. Abitisaurus. In the rock of Utah lies a rare treasure, an almost complete sauropod skull. Abitisaurus, stretching 12 meters and weighing 4 tons, gives paleontologists something astonishingly uncommon, a face to match the body. Sauropod skulls are fragile and rarely preserved, making every detail of this long-necked giant's head a genuine scientific goldmine. Mimorapelta. Colorado's Jurassic quarries have yielded one of the earliest known ankylosaurs in North America. Mimorapelta, a compact 3-meter tank weighing around 300 kilograms, shows that armor plating evolved far earlier than many once believed. Small but sturdy, it walks the same ancient ground as some of history's most famous dinosaur giants. Bravoceratops. Texas reveals Bravoceratops, a 7-meter horned dinosaur weighing 3 tons, its frill sweeping outward in a shape unlike almost any other ceratopsian. Discovered relatively recently, it adds yet another chapter to the incredible diversity of horned dinosaurs that once roamed the American Southwest, each one subtly different, each one fighting for survival in its own way. Dinosaurus. Utah's rock layers preserve Dinosaurus, a 14-meter sauropod carrying 10 tons across 4 pillar-like legs. Its long neck sweeps through Cretaceous treetops, reaching vegetation far beyond the grasp of smaller herbivores. As one of the region's defining long-necked giants, Dinosaurus offers a glimpse into a world still dominated by colossal, slow-moving titans. Nothronicus. Few dinosaurs look as strange as Nothronicus. Found in New Mexico and Utah, this 5.3-meter therizinosaur carries enormous curved claws, not for killing, but almost certainly for stripping leaves and defense. At 1.2 tons, it blurs the line between predator and herbivore, a bizarre evolutionary experiment that defies everything we expect a theropod to look like. Utaceratops. Utah's name is written into this 6-meter, 3-ton horn giant, and for good reason. Utaceratops sports a distinctive frill and forward-curving horns unlike its relatives, evidence that Cretaceous ceratopsians were evolving wildly different ornamentation even while living side by side. It's proof that diversity, not uniformity, defined the age of horned dinosaurs. Gargoyleosaurus. One of the oldest known ankylosaurs in North America prowls the Jurassic landscape of Wyoming. Gargoyleosaurus, 3.5 meters long and roughly a ton, carries a skull studded with bony knobs that inspired its gargoyle-like name. This early armored dinosaur set the evolutionary template that later, larger relatives would spend millions of years perfecting. Acaroraptor. A shadow moves through the underbrush of Late Cretaceous Montana, small, fast, and lethal. Acaroraptor, just 2 meters long and 40 kilograms, belongs to the same raptor family made famous by its more aggressive cousins. Sharp teeth, keen senses, and a pack-hunting reputation make this compact predator far more dangerous than its size suggests. Othnala. Wyoming, Utah, and Colorado all share the same tiny resident, Othnala, a 2-meter ornithopod weighing just 10 kilograms. Fast, alert, and perpetually vulnerable, this small herbivore survived the Jurassic not through strength but through speed and awareness, proof that in a world of giants, being small and quick was its own kind of superpower. Dynamo Terror. Its name alone promises violence, and Dynamo Terror delivers. This 9-meter, 2.5-ton predator from New Mexico belongs to the Tyrannosaur family, hunting the Cretaceous landscape with bone-crushing power. Discovered relatively recently, it reveals just how much of America's Tyrannosaur family tree is still being uncovered, one devastating new species at a time. Bravoceratops. Montana adds another horned face to its Cretaceous roster, Bravoceratops, 6 meters long and weighing 2 tons. Its frill and horn arrangement mark it as a distinct branch within the ceratopsian family, existing alongside, and likely competing with, a staggering number of related horned dinosaurs across the same ancient landscape. Chasmosaurus. Texas is home to Chasmosaurus, a 5-meter, 2-ton ceratopsian famous for one of the largest frills in the entire dinosaur family. That frill, thin and window-like in places, may have flushed with color during display, turning this horned herbivore into a walking billboard of Cretaceous social signaling. Convolosaurus. Small, fast, and abundant, Convolosaurus darts across Cretaceous Texas at just 2.5 meters long and 80 kilograms. Known from multiple individuals, this ornithopod offers rare insight into herd behavior among smaller herbivores, suggesting that safety in numbers was as vital a survival strategy as size or armor in this predator-rich ecosystem. Acrostavis. Montana and Utah both claim Acrostavis, a 5.5-meter hadrosaurid weighing roughly a ton. Unlike many of its crested duck-billed relatives, Acrostavis lacks ornate head decoration, a flat-headed exception that helps scientists trace exactly when elaborate crests first evolved within the hadrosaur family tree. Supersaurus. The name says it all. Supersaurus stretches an almost unbelievable 39 meters and weighs 40 tons, making it one of the longest animals to ever walk the earth. Found in Colorado and Wyoming, this Jurassic titan pushes the very limits of vertebrate anatomy, a true colossus among giants. Hyosaurus. In the shallow seas that once covered Kansas, Hyosaurus wanders the coastal margins in full armor. For meters long and a ton in weight, this nodosaur's bony plating made it nearly impervious to the region's ambush predators. Its remains, preserved in marine rock, tell a story of a land animal whose journey ended surprisingly close to the water's edge. Silvosaurus. Kansas holds one of the earliest known nodosaurs in North America. Silvosaurus, 4 meters long and a ton of armored bulk, predates many of its more famous cousins by millions of years. Its heavily plated body and spiked flanks made it a difficult, unappealing meal for any predator patient enough to consider the attempt. Centrosaurus. Montana's Cretaceous plains once thundered with massive herds of Centrosaurus, 5.5 meters long, 2.5 tons each, moving together for safety in numbers. Its single large nose horn curves forward like a weapon built for goring. Bone beds containing hundreds of individuals suggest catastrophic herd deaths, and hint at the relentless pressure large tyrannosaurs placed on these horned herds. Atrociraptor. A small, sharp-clawed hunter slips through the underbrush of Cretaceous Montana. Atrociraptor, just 2 meters long and 15 kilograms, belongs to the raptor family and likely targeted small vertebrates, eggs, and juvenile dinosaurs too weak to defend themselves. Its name, meaning savage thief, captures a predator built for opportunistic, efficient killing. Tenontosaurus. Across Montana, Wyoming, Oklahoma, and Texas, Tenontosaurus grazes in staggering numbers, 6.5 meters long, a ton in weight, and tragically famous as the favored prey of pack-hunting Diplodocus. Fossil sites showing Tenontosaurus remain surrounded by raptor teeth suggest coordinated attacks by multiple hunters against this otherwise unremarkable, slow-moving herbivore.